Some questions. The kitchen tap. We've had an issue with the kitchen tap. You've gone out and I've had some owners say that they could have just changed the inner workings of the tap. But in this, the reality is that
if it's leaking, if it's leaking like above the bottom of the tap, like at the top, you can fix it. If it's leaking at the bottom where it swivels, you can't fix it. You can't take that apart.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what the owner says.
Yeah.
You can't take that. Physically take it apart. You can, but it'll probably take you 3 hours.
Yes.
You know, $150 an hour.
Yeah.
Tap's only $160.
It's not $150.
Well, like finicky with something,
Yeah.
and then
You just replace it with a mid-level tap. That's
10-year warranty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
In the first instance, we'll always try and replace the cartridge.
Yes.
In the first instance.
I can tell straight away when I look at it if it's a new tap or not.
Yeah.
Just by where the water's coming out.
Yeah. And that's why it's good to supply a photo or a video for you. So
Yeah, that's why we like it, because otherwise we go to site, we don't kind of going in blind and then we have to leave because we thought it was one thing and it's something completely different.
Yeah. So information's key.
Yeah, just
And so just thinking back of Elan with that outside overflow where he was complaining to Indian.
Oh, it drips.
Yeah, so that took ages to get to the bottom of what it was. Is that something that could have been avoided by asking the right questions, or what should I have done? Obviously we got the electrician out before you and that was the wrong call, but we didn't know. But then it was one fuse after the other, whatever you did.
Yeah, it's a tough one with the overflows because people just think it's leaking water.
But it's ridiculous.
Is this an overflow from a
Hot water cylinder.
it's supposed to drip.
It's meant to drip.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But
like
he said it
kettle.
was excessively dripping. Is that correct?
Yes. So that was just to replace a little cartridge on the.
But then we did it 3 times, I think. in the end.
Twice, yeah.
Twice, yeah.
Is it condensating though? Is that the
It's basically, if you think of a hot water cylinder, it's like a big kettle, right? So if the steam and that's got to go somewhere, like the worst thing people do is block them off because they think it's leaking. Then you just made a bomb. Because if you put your hand on top of the kettle and the steam can't get it, what's going to happen to it?
Yeah.
It's just going to blow up. So it's super careful. People mess with stuff they shouldn't.
Yes.
Because, oh, we put a cap on it because it's leaking. And you just completely made a big bomb and they covered.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at it, go to YouTube and have a look at the Mythbusters when the cylinder explodes.
Yeah.
It destroys the whole house, the roof comes off and everything. So that's getting serious, it can be.
documentary is?
So if you're turning off the cylinder, turn off the electric. Like if you're turning off the water.
Yes, no, just really matter. They're still bent because the valves are there.
Okay.
Okay, so that won't stop that.
So if someone's got concerns, they would turn off the power.
Yeah. So, whatever.
Yeah. But that's only if it was pooling water, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same as like, you know when you get the pipes that go straight through the roof.
Yes. Yeah.
That's called an open vented low pressure system, and then the water squirts out.
Yes.
There's just a valve underneath. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yes.
Easy enough to fix.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be spurting water?
No.
Oh.
Because what happens there is the water shoots up the pipe and then falls back down, and that's what creates the pressure. It sounds pretty crazy, but so when you turn your hot tap on, the water goes up, comes down, and then there's your pressure.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So if the valve's gone, it just shoots the water straight at the top and it doesn't know where to stop. It's a bit.
Where's the valve sitting?
The valve is generally on ours, it'll either be under the house or in the hot water cupboard, and it looks like a fine saucer.
Right.
Ajax valve, or
Yes.
a lot of people call them
Yes.
Ajax valves.
Like a little
So how many of those are there?
sizes.
Only one.
So how come the first time we replaced it, it didn't work?
Oh, no, that's not that. That doesn't
That's
pressure.
pressure.
Okay.
So
On a main special, we've got 2 safety valves. We've got a cold water expansion and a temperature pressure relief. One, so the pressure relief's got a wax stick inside it. When the wax melts, it opens the valve and dumps all the water out because the pressure in the cylinder's got too much and it's getting rid of the pressure to stop it exploding, basically.
Yes.
That's why you can't block off that pipe.
Yes.
And then the cold water expansion though, if the water pressure comes in, it's getting too great for the cylinder, it just dumps the cold water out before it gets in there, so it can't create a problem.
Yeah.
That's what was dripping at that house there with the cold water expansion well. It
Okay.
was just
But was he losing water with it, or is it recirculating water? Or is it very...
You are losing water.
It's
Don't
little
know
bit.
much.
No.
Yeah. Because I've seen them with just constant flow just pouring out the pipe.
That's different again.
That's gone completely.
Yeah.
It drips. And at night time it drips more because the pressure in the line when everyone's asleep, no one's using the
Filling up.
water. So the main pressure in the whole water system increases.
Yes.
So then people go, it dips more at night than it does in the day. It's just the demand on the water,
Okay.
basically.
Science.
You're not believing that,
My gosh.
Yeah, because you think that the water main runs all the way around the coast, and when everyone's not using water, the pressure increases because it's still,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So next time somebody's complaining about bad pressure, oh mind you, that wouldn't work really because
And water pressure as well, this is a good point. It can't exceed 500 kPa, which is what comes off the main, right? It can't, if they don't limit that, it's up to you to limit it.
Right.
So if it exceeds it, for one, you just voided all your warranties on all your taps, your hot water cylinder, because it can't exceed it. Okay. There's places in our river where I do a water test and it's nearly 1,000 kPa. That's massive. That's what the tap drip and stuff like that. And then you go, oh, I need to put a valve on. And go, oh, the water pressure's going to be crap. If it was 1,000 or 500, you wouldn't really notice the difference.
Right.
It sounds a lot,
Yes.
but it's all meant to work at 500.
Right.
Nothing exceeding.
How did they change that? Did they change it themselves?
No, that's where you put a pressure limiting valve in to keep the water pressure at 500.
But why hadn't they done that before?
No, we do.
so the houses themselves do it, but if they increase the pressure for an area, say they're doing lots of
New
new
houses.
houses,
They increase the water.
pressure. Yeah.
In the water main to compensate for those houses.
Okay.
But it also comes back to you. That's why I really look at the bit of mill water and everything.
Yes.
The water pressure's like super high in places.
Right. Yeah.
But we say we know, no homeowner wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't know.
No. And the thing is, if I put a new tap in and it leaks after a year and the people send their technician out to check the warranty on it, and the first thing they do a water pressure test. If it exceeds 500 kPa, the warranty's gone. They won't even touch it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
It's
how
good to
how
know.
would you know, how would tenants be able to check that?
You can't, you have to get a pressure test done.
Okay.
So new renovations
So-
and stuff, like if someone's doing a renovation, the best thing to do is do a water test first. Because if you can put all the fancy gear in
Yes.
and you just voided every warranty.
Yeah. Okay.
It's quite
What we
important.
should do is take a test and take a photo of it every time we put a new tap in, so that we can prove that at the time
Yeah, that's
the
right.
pressure was correct.
Would you normally check if you're replacing a tap? So I've just had a new kitchen put in, would my plumber most likely have done that? Not necessarily.
They should do.
They should, but not
Because
necessarily.
every new build now, every house now has to have pressure limit valve. It's part of the building code. People don't do it, but it is.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
So it's something that you guys do, but not every plumber would do.
No.
Not necessarily.
We've only just recently said that we need to take a pressure test every time we put in a tap in, but we haven't been taking photos of that pressure test.
And it's a
We need
simple
to
thing, you
take
just put it on the
photos of
house tap, you
it.
turn the tap on and put a gauge on it, it
Yeah.
spins around to where
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
takes 2 seconds.
Yes.
Like just an outside hose.
Yeah.
So that just protects you guys.
It also protects the client, takes and they
Yes.
get the warranty.
Yeah, because if their tap explodes underneath the sink,
Yeah.
who are they going to come for?
Yeah.
They're not going to go to Bunnings and go, oh, your tap failed. They're going to go install it. They're going to be Dave. Did Dave do a pressure test? Did you know the tap was spec? This is why, for us, we can, if someone's gone to Trade Depot and bought all this stuff, and I don't think it's fit for purpose, I'll just flat out refuse to put it in.
Yes.
Because I have to guarantee it.
Yeah.
Trade Depot will have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It comes down to me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because if your kitchen gets ruined, they're going to be looking at me to fix it.
Yeah.
So it's
And so-
covering my bum.
So Dave, if you found that it was above 500, then who? do you
Then you speak to the
take it
homeowner and say, no,
No,
okay,
you
I
just
won't do
gotta-
nothing. You have to say
You
to
just
the
got to
homeowner.
install a pressure limiting valve then.
Oh, right.
It has to be somewhere
Successive.
in the first point in the
I was
house.
just going to say, it must be, it's
It's going
going
to
to.
the whole house, so sometimes you might open up a wall.
Some properties that have the turn-off valve, like we've got a turn-off valve for the water to the whole house. So it's usually on there.
It's normally in there.
It's a
Yeah.
little round thing.
Yeah. A lot of the time, new places are in garage wall.
I'll show
It's
you.
in there.
But we can get a little panel that we put over the car, and then it becomes like a little access panel, and you can turn the water off to your house there.
But did you put it on this extended?
Yeah.
It was in the house. I think most places have it now. Most places.
Most places have pressure limiting valves, and sometimes they'll be just off of the Toby box.